What's the difference between an extrovert and an introvert? You've probably heard these terms tossed around, but what do they really mean? And how can you tell which one you are? Stick around because we'll cover the key differences, some surprising similarities, and even questions to help you figure it out for yourself. Before we get started, please hit that like button and subscribe. All right, let's start with the basics. Simply put, introverts and extroverts are terms that describe how we get our energy and process the world around us. Introverts recharge by spending time alone or in quieter settings. They often feel their best after a little solo time to think and reflect. Being in big groups or social situations for too long can leave them feeling drained. Extroverts, on the other hand, get their energy from being around people. They thrive in social situations, love group activities, and often feel more energized after connecting with others. But here's something to keep in mind. Introversion and extroversion aren't all or nothing. They're more like two ends of a spectrum. Some people fall right in the middle as ambiverts, finding comfort in both quiet and social settings. Let's break down some of the main differences in social settings. See if you recognize yourself in any of these. Extroverts usually feel excited and energized at parties or group gatherings. They enjoy meeting new people, starting conversations, and might even feel bored when they're alone for too long. Introverts, though, might prefer smaller gatherings or one-on-one conversations. Socializing can be fun for them too, but after a while, they're likely ready for some downtime to recharge. Now, think about how you talk or listen. Extroverts tend to think out loud. They process their thoughts by talking through them, which can make them seem outgoing and expressive. Introverts are more likely to think things over internally before sharing. They're great listeners and often prefer taking their time to respond thoughtfully. How do you handle stimulation? Extroverts are often more comfortable in stimulating environments, like a crowded cafe or a busy office. Introverts usually prefer calmer settings. Too much noise, activity, or stimulation can feel overwhelming for them, so they gravitate toward places where they can focus and relax. How do you make decisions? Extroverts tend to make quick decisions and love taking action right away. They're more comfortable with a bit of spontaneity. Introverts often take time to reflect on their choices and might weigh the pros and cons more carefully. They're usually more deliberate and thoughtful in their decisions. There are a few surprising ways introverts and extroverts are actually similar. So even though they have these differences, introverts and extroverts have a lot in common too. For example, both need social connections. Just because introverts like alone time doesn't mean they don't want meaningful relationships. They enjoy deep connections and can be very loyal friends. Both can enjoy social activities, just in different ways. An introvert might enjoy a one-on-one coffee date, while an extrovert would go for a big group brunch. But both are getting joy from spending time with others. Both need to recharge, just differently. Extroverts recharge by being around others, and introverts recharge by spending time alone. All right, now it's time for some self-reflection. If you're still wondering which one you might be, here are some questions to help you figure it out. After a long day, do you prefer to spend time alone or with friends? If you crave alone time, you might lean more toward introversion. If hanging out with friends sounds refreshing, you could be an extrovert. Next, when you're in a big group, do you feel energized or drained? Feeling energized could mean you're an extrovert, while feeling drained might indicate you're more of an introvert. Do you think things through before speaking, or do you process ideas out loud? Thinking things through is more common with introverts, while processing out loud is something many extroverts do. How do you handle downtime? Do you feel restless or enjoy it? If downtime makes you feel relaxed and recharged, you might be an introvert. If you get restless and need interaction, you could be more extroverted. Finally, do you prefer one-on-one conversations or big group interactions? Preferring one-on-one chats is often a sign of introversion, while enjoying big groups can point to extroversion. But what if your answers were a mix? That's totally normal. You might be an ambivert, someone who's comfortable with both solitude and socializing. Ambiverts can adapt to different situations, enjoying both small gatherings and larger social events, depending on the mood or setting. If you relate to both sides, it's likely you're somewhere in the middle. So whether you're an introvert, an extrovert, or an ambivert, each one has its strengths. Understanding where you fall can help you make choices that fit your personality, from your social life to your work style. Let me know in the comments which one you think you are. If you found this Wealth Insight Collective video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.